I'm sorry, are you addressing me? Because your authority is not recognized in Fort Kickass.
Are not robbers. Oh my god. Okay, yes, you can rub them, but just please don't hurt my family.
Men, we're not robbers.
Oh.
Hi, this is Harry from Level 5.
This is Brian from One Man Standing.
This is Meg from Shake the Sun.
This is Jess from Shoot Lab.
You're listening to Dr.Bones.
Dr. Bones and my Dr. Bones and my
And you're listening to New Music Saturday.
This is Martin from Ability Rock.
JJ from Juxta.
Hey, this is Leslie
And Jason.
of The Sweetest Condition. New Music Saturday.
Music Saturday.
New Music Saturday.
New Music Saturday.
And you're listening to New Music Saturday.
New Music Saturday. Dr. Bones and my New Music Saturday.
Right on, and we are live as soon as B is with us. Oh, there she is. Hi, B.
You're so cheeky.
Oh, hello.
I'm always here. Of course I'm here. I'm ready and I'm perky.
Okay, yep.
So, yeah,
making it too
like-
easy, but that's all right.
I'm what? What?
You're making it too easy to make a pun or a joke.
Oh, okay. I know. Well, I thought I'd be funny.
Well, I'll bet. I'm not saying it wasn't funny. I'm just saying it's just easy to make a
little
joke.
bit. Oh, do you know what? I'm absolutely elated. That first half was wicked, wasn't it?
Oh my god! And it took for
super cool. Loads of great tracks. I mean, I'm loving it.
It took me forever to organize too, and we're going to get to a few songs first, but we do have someone joining us who is back in time, so he will be on in about 12 minutes. We'll have Mike 1 and 5 joining us for part 2, and it's gonna be a little bit funny since he's been out for a bit tonight, but this should be a lot of fun. And he said he behaves, so we'll hold him to that. If not, then we'll shun him.
If he's naughty, we'll whip him.
We'll make sure he's shunned. So
I'm looking forward to the whipping.
you gotta think about that, don't you?
Yeah, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Okay, let's move on.
A bit.
Hey, come on. You know, I love life. I love lots of things. It's all good.
So, okay, so the first song we get to is, this is an older song, but the band has been around for a while, but it's a great album, and I know I sent it to you. It's a band from Montreal called Me, Mom, and Morgenthaler. Now, there's actually irony behind the name, and the irony being is that Henry Morgenthaler was an abortionist in Montreal. Thus the name Me, Mom, and Morgenthaler. So here we go with Me, Mom, and Morgenthaler with the planet, Beneath the Planet of the... Let's try again. Beneath the Planet of the Corpora. Dig this.
Shout out to the 8 art show, go!
Right on. Me, Mom, and Morgan Tower with Beneath the Planet of the Corpora. And it was more like a funky, tripped out, like awesome rockin' tune, like very, very cool ska. And I almost hit my tattoo here, and it's on my forearm, so that was close. But anyways, just before we move on here, I know that's a little kind of a nonsensical sidetrack. Just Gina has joined the conversation with us for part 2, and she fully endorses the conversation of whipping.
Oh, she's a whipping girl. I love it.
so Gina, we'd love to hear more from you, please.
She's my bae.
We'd love to hear more from you, Gina. And as we know, we are huge fans of Hands of Blue and everything they've done and are doing right now with their album Cosmic Lullaby, which is available. Please pick it up. It's a fantastic album, and you will not be disappointed. I'm not saying this because I'm partial to them, because it just amazed Mike, myself, and Forgottenbee, like what work was put into it, and just the background. You just can't believe that Gina just literally took singing lessons just over a year ago, and you listen to the vocals on the tracks, and even when they did their live stuff on Facebook before the album came out, it just blows you away. It's one of those things you would have thought she'd been taking lessons for years. And they're both fantastic people, and I just love talking to them. So we should have them back on the show very very soon. Let me start again there. But either way, so Gina, if you got more comments, we'd love to hear from you, please.
Yeah, I mean, she is fantastic, and they are fantastic. So rock and roll. I'm just going to get back to this track, Beneath the Planet of the Corporate. I mean, I love the underlying riffs, and the rapping is so catchy, and apparently their live performances are out of this world.
Oh man, they're awesome. I've seen them a bunch.
Have you seen them?
I saw them a bunch of times live when I lived in Montreal, because that's where they're from. They're from Montreal, so.
Yeah, I mean, they're supposed to be like so incredible, but that's so danceful. But the whole arrangement for me was just very, very cool. So for me, and I love the la la la. I mean, la 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 la. In the background, it was kind of. It's almost like fingers up, isn't it? I don't know. I just felt the kind of, with rapping, there's always a kind of, it's punky underlying message.
Right.
And I just felt, I just got it all, and I just thought it was really cool.
Well,
there's a lot of humor in it as well. I thought.
Most of their songs do have humor. They're almost like the ska version of Primus for that sort of thing, for songs like that way.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see them. I mean, that's the kind of stuff. I mean, I love ska anyway.
One of the last shows I saw them, Gus, the lead singer, had these big like zebra fluffy puffy pants with like suspenders on and stuff. It was like really badass. And
oh my god!
And the female singer, her name is Kim, and Gus and Kim do most singing, but there's a lot of backup vocals, and so pretty much the whole band participates. So it's a great album, and there's a couple songs that are in their first EP called Clown Heaven and Hell, and it's got a song called Spit All on My Chin. They're talking about a prime minister in the early 90s in Canada. His name was Brian Mulroney. He had like a big chin, kind of like a Jay Leno chin sort of thing. So they had a song called Spit All on My Chin, and just like or Laura, it's a funny one too. Like essentially about a girl that he can't get enough of. And but yeah, most of them are fun songs. There and some really good ones. They're a little bit more serious, but not quite. Like a few of my mother's friends.
We need to get them to kind of Glastonbury in the circus field. They go down a tree. They'd absolutely lap them up in the circus field. Honestly, they would absolutely. It'd be all prey. They'd love it. They need to come to Britain.
Well, just before I get to our next song here, one of the funny things is on the first EP, like I say, because they had an EP in the full-length album, so Shiva's Space Machine is a full-length, and the EP came out maybe a year before that called Clown Heaven and Hell, and on that one, pretty much the entire album was live, like literally live, not live in studio, but live at a concert sort of thing. It was mixed, and it was funny because they're like, someone's missing a shoe. If you find a shoe, just throw it at me. So I mean, but they're like they're a very very fun band live too. They interacted very well with the crowd, and the crowd loved it. And that's probably why they did so well. It's not just because musically they're talented, because they interacted with the crowd so well. And that's what people like. You know, they really people really enjoy when a band interacts with the crowd. I mean, I know I do for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean it's part of the entertainment, isn't it? I mean, you don't just. I mean, creating the music is one thing, and then it's actually performing it. And actually, the performance live is everything for me. I'd much rather go and see. I mean, if I could, I'd just go and see everybody. You know what I mean? And then you get the true feel for what the band's about. That's why I say when you can't find things on the internet, it's not even funny. Right. I know they're trying to be funny when they put. I mean, it was a band I was looking up, and they put something really quirky, but it's not funny because when you're trying to kind of review them or get an understanding of who they are and you haven't seen them live, that's all you've got to go on. And unless you can get in touch, but no one's got the time, you know what I mean? It's like you've got to phone people. You could do the whole thing, but at the end of the day, you're going on what they put out there. And if they don't put enough out there, they have nothing for anybody to draw on. And it isn't really funny because that's part of their selling pitch, isn't it? Well, I think it's really important. I think bands sometimes think bios, I'm just going to be funny. No, you really need to put your stuff on there because then people get that. I need the foundation, and it kind of draws me in even more when I hear the music because I'm hearing the music first, right? And then I want to know more. You know what I mean? And it's really frustrating.
Oh no, I do because I know I got a good example of that too. I was talking with an acquaintance of mine. And it's like, because they didn't know I was born and raised in Montreal, and Skull, you're a Maple Leafs fan, we're talking about hockey, right? And she says, well, she goes, it's a good thing they didn't kick you out. I said, I know. So fortunately, my parents like me sometimes, but not necessarily in public. And then I put a little space, and I put laugh out loud. It's like what? Nothing? Because that wasn't funny. It's like, really? Come on! I thought that was hilarious. And then of course I tell Ashley about it. She's like, you know, it really wasn't that funny. He's like, oh come on, come on.
I don't know. I mean, for me, I just feel there's a level of it's kind of sharing. I think if you're sharing your music, you're sharing who you are, and I think just knowing your names and what you do is not enough. You need background on people, and I think it's important. I think it's part of what you. I don't know. As a poet, I've written stuff, and then I think, somebody quoted back my bio to me, and I went, did I really write that? Oh God. Well, you know, and it's kind of, you have to update things or change them, but at least there's something out there and people can look at it and go, they either like it or they don't.
You know what? If I heard someone say, like I just told you, like oh, my parents kind of like me, unfortunately sometimes, but not in public, I would think that's really funny. I mean, but nothing. Oh, you guys suck. Come on. Where's your sense of humor?
Yeah, well, I mean, my dad actually read my bio, and my bio says I was raised by really tough northern parents, but it's true. And it's like, I did. I had a tough upbringing, and you just go, and he goes, what do you mean by that? And it's like, well, it's the truth, you know. But it's important, you know.